In the last 15 years, Barcelona has been one of the most successful clubs in the world, winning the distinguished treble twice, a feat only the Spanish giants have managed. In the recent years, however, they don't look like the club they were a decade ago. What happened then? Is it due to a lack of quality in the first team? It doesn't look like, as they still had a star-studded 11 consisting of Griezmann, De Jong, Piqué, Suarez, Ter Stegen, Busquets and of course one of the best, Lionel Messi playing for them. Is it due to tactical reasons? Maybe yes, but one thing that is overlooked by most is fatigue and squad depth. Did Roma and Liverpool beat them because they had more quality, or they had better tactical minds running them? Maybe a bit of squad depth could have helped in those matches. Messi likes to and has to play every match because he knows he can't rest as the other players can't fill in, and that causes tiredness and fatigue. Keeping players like Carlos Perez, Malcolm, Todibo, Marco Correa and Rafinha might have helped. Of course, it cannot be said that all of them would have succeeded at Barca, but the point is selling young, talented players rather than building the team around them. Rosé laid the foundation stone to this when academy graduate Thiago was sold to Bayern for peanuts, who could have elevated the status of the current mediocre Barca midfield by miles. In 2016-17, when Neymar left, they earned €236 million which could have been spent wisely. Instead, shocked by Neymar's departure, they spent aimlessly and wasted a huge amount of money on Coutinho and Dembele only because they were good for their respective clubs. Other clubs knew that Barca were desperate and they had a lot of money, so they overpriced their players. On the other hand, Liverpool has become one of the best clubs in the world, using their cash from the Coutinho sale. Barca faced a similar situation when Figo's buyout clause was triggered by Real Madrid in 2001. The then president Gaspart wasted every cent earned by Figo's departure and more. They were good players in theory, but all of them were overpriced and not one of them truly succeeded. Barca collapsed, and it was that initial desperation that had set everything in motion. The downward spiral, the drought crisis and a complete collapse to Catalonia. As one director puts it, he entered a state of shock that affected his ability to think rationally and made things worse. Figo's move destroyed us, Gaspart admits. Two things happen. One, the day you get elected, Figo tells you he's going to Madrid. Your best player gone. Two, they give you loads of money. Loads of it, and instead of saying what I should have said, gentlemen, this season whatever will be will be. I tried to rescue the situation, so I went to the street to sign. That was a disaster. Everyone knows you have just lost Figo, they know you have got money, they know you are obliged to sign. He should have stopped and considered his options before making his next move. And 15 years after this, Bartomeu made the same mistake. The club, who was known for its world-class La Masia graduates, is now focusing on big-name players and selling its youth. But why? It is due to the reason that there is a salary limit imposed on La Liga clubs, and the clubs have to abide by that. The figure is dependent on what the clubs make. It is the amount of money a club can spend on their first team, reserves, academy and wages, and is calculated based on income, average transfer income over the last 3 seasons and non-sport expenses such as travel and security. It is somewhere around 70% of the club's total income. Barca's 70% is much more than the other clubs, but it is not unlimited. And Barca can't even think of letting Messi leave by refusing to pay him whatever he demands. So, they are forced to sell younger players. Eric Abidal says, it is never easy when it comes to renegotiating the Argentine's deal, and he's right. Messi, a club legend, might only have a couple of years left at his very best, but no president wants his legacy stained by letting Messi leave. As a result, Barca is faced with a precarious situation at Camp Nou. We can't reveal how much Messi cost the club, but he is the best player in the world and he cost what the best player in the world and the history of football should. Nobody brings to their club what Leo Messi brings, is what Josep Maria Bartomeu said after his last contract. 5 years ago, Messi was getting only 12% of the base bill, and that figure stands at 25% now. That means 1/4 of the whole score. On the other hand, Florentino Perez halted this process when he boldly refused to renew Cristiano Ronaldo's contract and sold him to Juventus. Instead, is looking to build the squad around younger and talented players, many of whom are already making their mark in their respective leagues. This caused Real Madrid to face difficulties initially, but will help them in the long term. But one can claim that Barca's 70% is much more than the other clubs because they have Messi in their squad, and people come to watch the Argentine magician. Yes, that's right, but that money can be spent on keeping the youth and squad building. A stronger president would have answered Messi's contract renewal demands with a no. In 2013, director Javier Faust said we don't have to present a new contract to Messi every 6 months, and the Argentine responded by saying Some people know nothing about football. Since then, Messi's weight at Barca has grown and they have grown more desperate to keep him. They should have focused on rebuilding a team around youth, just like Perez has done at Real Madrid. Messi is not all the fault here. However, Messi is one of the reasons of Barca's decline.